Hey everybody, it's Brooke. I'm back because I was finishing up my slow stitch journal, my final one, using this beautiful Pioneer Woman fabric and some vintage items. And this, I believe, is number 4. It is the last one. And I thought I would turn on the camera as I go through and continue stuffing stuff in it. She's getting mighty fat. I just love it though. Squishy, and I don't know if you can hear that, but she's crunchy and nice soft spine, tons of room in here, and she lies nice and flat. So if you'd like to see what I'm going to do to continue stuffing it, stick around and we'll get to it. Alrighty then. I realized as I was going through and putting in all the bits and pieces I've made that I should probably turn on the camera because you guys haven't seen this one in a while. So this is where we are. I did finish the cover. I don't know if you can see that. So many stitches in this, you guys. So many stitches. I had so much fun making it. Actually, you know what? I can open it up flat so you can see the whole thing. Sort of. It's got a little ridge there because there's so many signatures. There are 5 signatures in here. But you can see all the stitching. There's some vintage doilies and a vintage handkerchief and the fabric that I used and old lace and old tablecloths. All kinds of stuff. Some sequins, some beads. So much fun. It was so much fun to do. And instead of using a cardboard spine or a file folder spine, I actually sewed the signatures right into the spine. And so it's nice and sturdy. It is fat. I might, because I've made it so fat now, I might end up putting another layer of lace along here and along the back because there's so much stuff in here. I don't know. Might need a little extra on the edges. But I kind of love her just the way she is right now. So we'll see. At any rate, getting inside, I have made 5 signatures, as I said, and the bulk of the kits that I have used came from Chapter 1 papers. I will link those down below. Just absolutely beautiful embroidery kits. And the colors, I thought, went so well with the fabric that I had picked out. So the inside of the journal is another piece of that fabric, and it looked like it was quilt pieces, and I just went along and did a running stitch along all the intersections of the fabric. So there's fabric on the outside, all the layers of the fabric on the inside, all the layers of the fabric on the outside, and 3 layers of batting in between. And I also put in a piece of tea-dyed parchment paper, which is what gives it that lovely crunchy sound. Then this doily, this is a vintage hand crocheted pink doily, and I wrapped that around to the inside to make a pocket right here. So inside the pocket, there's just this really cute little journaling card that goes in there. There's plenty of room in there for more things. And then I put in this really cute thing that I saw Rachel at Roxy Creations make. So it has a little band that slides off, all kinds of pieces of ephemera. Most of this ephemera came from Julie at the Old Design Shop. I will also link Julie down below. Those things were all tucked in there. There's another one. And then the big piece of paper that is folded up like this unfolds, and so all of those pieces can be used inside the journal or a different journal for collaging or whatever strikes someone's fancy. So the nice thing about this journal is the way it's bound is it lays nice and flat. Pages don't try to tip over or don't flap back and forth. Because I've made it so bulky with things inside, which I wasn't going to do, I may need to make a writing board to include with it. But I just thought I'd go through one more time, and I'm pretty close to being done. It can't really hold that much more. So I have a pocket here from the kit. Here's a tag that I made. That was actually a Friday freebie on my Facebook group. Make sure to come over and join so you get your freebies. These are some papers I did on the jelly plate with oxide inks. Super fun. Some old rag paper. These again are pages from Julie at the Old Design Shop. This is an insert that we made. It might have been a Friday freebie. I'm not sure if that's the case or if it was just a video I did. But that pulls out, and I believe that was also inspired by Rachel at Roxy Creations. I will link her channel down below, but I'm sure you know Rachel. So there's some old vintage ledger, just beautiful. These background pages are from Ruby and Pearl. The center of every signature has one of these big embroidered pieces, or the digital of the embroidered pieces from the kit, because I just think they're stunning. And so let's see, there's a lot in here. Here's a pocket, and I've made, this is a journaling card that flips out so there's more journaling space. And that's just some coffee dyed paper on there. And let's see, when you flip that over, this is a pocket made out of a junk mail envelope. And it's got that beautiful embroidery inside of it. I just collaged all that. And then inside there is a great big journaling card. And it is backed with cardstock and some packing paper. So there's plenty of room to write on there. And I like all the things sticking out of the top. Get in there. I promise it fits. You guys saw it fit. Well, I'll just put it there for now. Thinking this first signature is looking pretty good. This is a beautiful piece of rag paper, a newspaper dated 1856. And more of that paper that I colored on the jelly plate. I don't know, should we put one more pocket there? Let's see, what have we got? What have we got for a pocket? I still have some left from the kits, and I've kind of got stuff over there sorted by what it is, a pocket or a journaling card or whatever. So I'm kind of browsing through the pieces. I'm getting to the point now where I've confused myself about what I have left. Oh, I like that pocket. That's from one of the kits, and I think that looks pretty there. So let's go ahead and put that there. And maybe we'll put a tag in it. That'll be fun. So I'm just putting some glue. I think it was 3 separate... Oh no, I didn't want to put glue there. Why'd you guys let me do that? How come no one yelled at me? I think it was 3 separate kits from Chapter 1 paper that I used. And they were all vintage embroidery themed. Now I've got glue all over my fingers. Shoot. All right then. We will not put glue across the top because that makes it very difficult to use the pocket. FYI. Yeah, I think I got all of it off. It will not stick closed. So we'll just put that right there. And what fun thing do we have to put in our pocket? We have some tags. Journaling cards. Oh, I love these. Should we put one of those in? That again is from the kit, and I've just backed it with a little bit of collage with writing space. That looks pretty. I like the pink on the blue and green. And then here I have, this is a Japanese library pocket, or Chinese library pocket that someone sent me, and I just put some things on it, did a little collaging on there. There's the card, some more collaging on there for journaling. And there is a vocabulary card. So I stuck that in there because it says pretty. And this is sewing machine instructions for an American Girl sewing machine, which also was a freebie on the Friday freebies on Facebook. Super cute. I believe this is from the 1910s, like maybe 1918 or something. And it's in really good shape, but I just went ahead and slipped that right in there. That is the original. I will miss it. And then there's more of the beautiful embroidered pages. The colors just get me. Love it. Let's keep going. Oh, on this page, I used 3 of the pockets that came with the kit and staggered them and put a little journaling card in each one. And those are all backed with coffee dyed paper, and they have little snippets of lace stapled on. So I like how that came out. Lots of room for writing on there. There is a paper doily. This is a white sewing course from the, I believe, 1940s, maybe 50s. But the paper was in great condition, and it's this beautiful color, and has the fuzz on the edge, which I just love. We are in the second signature now. This is a botanical book. The colors were just perfect. I think it's so pretty. And I did fold all the pages. I didn't want to lose any of it because it's landscape. And so I didn't want to have to tear anything off, and I didn't want to put it in sideways. So there are lots of flips with those. Maybe we should put something in there. Let's see. What have we got? Oh, no, that won't go. Let's see. I know I should have everything out so you guys could see it, but it's such a giant pile. Here's a pretty tag. What if we put this pretty tag in there? Or just a journaling card. Oh, it's not backed. We'll need to back that. Okay, so let's turn it the right way. Let's put the pin back in our glue. Uh-oh. Oh, there it is. Woo! Don't lose your glitter glue pin. I need to make a new lumpy pin for myself. Here's a digital with some beautiful pattern on it. Very writable. Let's go ahead and put that on there. Got my glue page. Again, such a mess on my desk. I've got everything like shoved off so you guys can't see it. You would be appalled. And I don't even think I said hi. Hi, everybody. How are you? How are things? Thank you so much for coming to play. If you're new here, welcome. If you're not new, thanks for coming back. I've been working like crazy on this journal. This is just a scrap of a digital, so we might as well use it up. And I believe this also is Ruby and Pearl. Just go ahead and squish this down. This was a piece of old ledger paper that I watercolored on. And I like how it came out. So we'll get that all mushed down. Technical talk. Should wait for it to dry before we cut it, but I'm not. Because we've got pockets to fill here. We've got a journal to fill. The recipient of this journal has been waiting patiently, and I appreciate that. I don't know what I'll make next. I guess Halloween's coming, huh? We gotta make a Halloween journal? Are you guys making a Halloween journal? What do you think? There's that. Just a little bit down on the bottom because I glued it crooked, imagine. Can you imagine that I did it crooked? So that looks pretty. And we can put that in there. What if we just put a little tab on it? Ooh, what if we use this strip of fabric that was left over and laying on my desk? We should. Let's do that, and we'll staple it. And I think I have some rusty paper clips that I wanted to use in this, which I have not done yet. So we'll just go ahead and put a little staple. And my smart friend Elizabeth at Never Hopeless by Elizabeth taught me a good trick. I will link Elizabeth down below as well. She is full of good ideas, that girl. And she uses some flat nose pliers and smashes that staple down a little bit so it's good and pressed down in the back and it won't catch on anything, including your skin. So thank you for that tip, Elizabeth. That was a good one. And I think that looks really pretty. I love the colors. I love how the colors go there. Places to write on the back. It's kind of plain. Should we put something back there? What if we put a label or a stamp? These are all the fussy cuts from the kit. I just put them in these little envelopes. There are also some labels that I made, again, as a freebie on the Facebook page. There's a big label. Do we want to add pink? I don't think I want to add pink. I love that label, but no. Ooh, this has got blue. We were dealing with blue. Let's put that on there. I like that. Just to give it a little interest. Or should it go on the front? Oh, maybe it's going to go on the front. Let's just give it a little definition on the edges. So usually what I do when I'm finished with the journal is I go through it about 4 times. I will go through and add pockets and tags, stuff that I have made. And then I will go through it a second time and see if I need to make anything else. And if I do, I do that. And then I'll go through a third time, double checking to make sure everything, pockets are all filled and it's all good to go. And I may do stenciling and stamping, and then I go through a fourth time, and that's my final check to make sure I haven't missed anything, because it sure is easy, especially in a journal this size. This journal is 5 signatures with about between 10 and 12 pages each. So what is that? Oop, no, we're putting it on this side. Do not math and glue things at the same time, is my advice. There we go. Ooh, I love those colors. Yes, thank you. So if it's, say, 10 pages in a signature, that's 20 pages front and back times 4. So it's between 80 and 100 pages. So it would be pretty easy to miss a page and leave something out. All right, I really like that, and I think it'll be fun just to have it tucked in there for some writing. But we could have done the pink. That's all right. I love the blue. Let's see. We'll look over here in the rusted paper clip department. Oh, I must have more. Come on. I do. I got a whole bunch of them just beautifully done, and that would be from Diane Shaw at Shawcraft 1 and my old barn door. And of course, I will link Diane down below as well. And I just like to give them a little rub on scrap paper, because sometimes the rust can be a little heavy, and I don't want bits falling off. I don't mind if it comes off on the paper a little bit, but I don't want it falling off anyplace else. So what I will do is I will make some kind of little dangle for that. I don't have my dangly things over here yet, so that will have to be later. So good. Then I have this beautiful hidden paper clip that someone made for me and sent to me, and it's just beautiful. So that is a paper clip, and the colors are perfect. It's on a nice sturdy file folder, and it just goes over. Oops. She says it's really not hard to operate. This is operator error. The sun has just gone down way too early, if you ask me, but it makes funny shadows come on my desk. We've got, we had that tag right there. Might have to change that other one. So there's another tag there. There's that beautiful newspaper page, and I did decorative punching along the edge, and I just was holding it closed with this paper clip. I'm not sure who made that for me. It might have been Erin. Erin, was it you? Let me know. Erin in the Adirondacks. She's terribly clever. And then the center of the signature is that beautiful page from the Busilla Needlecraft book. Isn't she lovely? Oh, I just think she's beautiful. I did reinforce the page on the back with some washi tape because it's fairly thin and it was very old. So this is the second signature, the rest of that beautiful botanical book. This was an over-the-page flip that we made. This was inspired by Carol Laws. And so it flips open like that. You have all this writing space. That's where it's hinged in. You've got a big deep pocket there. And I made this beautiful tag to go in there. That's some vintage trim. That goes in the pocket. And then when you flip it over, you've got all that for writing space if you would like to write. And when you flip it over to the next page, then you've got a tuck on this side. Looks like we can use a little more glue right there at the top. And I had this really cool letter dated 1965. I think it's in German, but the handwriting is very bad. It's really pretty, though. It's on gorgeous paper. Oh, I can't talk and put the pin in at the same time. It's on this beautiful paper. It's so smooth, and I just liked how it looked. I think it's German, not swearing. So I just folded that up and tucked it in there. Plus, I like the color of the ink. Oh, let's get the 1965 showing. There we go. Oh, gotta have a sip of water. I'm so sorry. Too much talking. And then there's more of that doily, another one of the dyed pages, one of the pockets from the kit, and there's a tag that I made. Lots and lots of places to write and to decorate and do whatever. And now we're in the third signature. Again, the first page is one of the embroidery pages. There's some of that lace, some of the paper that I colored, the botanical book. This is a side pocket that I made. This is a very, very vintage iron-on transfer for embroidery, which I thought was so pretty. Isn't that gorgeous? I don't know if it would still iron on, but I thought it was super cool. So I just slipped that in that pocket. And then this is the newspaper, the rag newspaper. So because it had the rag content in it, I was able to sew in it. I don't know if you can see that row of pearls. Let me lift that up. There's a little row of pearls that I blanket stitched onto the edge of the page. When you turn it over, you can really see it on this side. So there's that row of pearls that I blanket stitched. And there's a pocket there that's folded up. And we should put something in there. There's a big fat tag. Here's a piece of ledger that I glued onto a paint chip. And then I ran the whole thing through the embossing machine. And I thought that was really pretty. I saw Heather from Rose Hill Paper Cottage did that to a paint chip card, and I thought it was very clever. And I love the colors in there. Old ledger. Other side of that needlework book. Here's another one of those envelopes that has a pocket. And there's a big, giant journaling card inside. I don't know how much more we can fit in, you guys. I've got a lot more stuff to go, but I don't know. Here you go. That button's a little bulky. There's a place for journaling over there. More of that paper that I colored. This is another one of the stitcheries, but it's printed on vintage onion skin. And it just is so beautiful. It makes it a little less vibrant, but it's so pretty the way that it's so translucent. I don't know, I love it. Maybe we do need to have one more thing in this signature. Maybe on the back of the signature. I know some people have, oh, that's not the back of the signature. Some people have a formula for going through and putting one thing on this side of the paper and then finding the other side and putting something there and making sure every signature has the same things. I just don't do that. I am just a willy-nilly kind of gal, and I just go through and add things where they look good and where I feel like they need to be. So that flips out for writing. Folds over. Again, this was another Friday freebie. Pardon me. Too much talking. So that's kind of what I'm doing now, is just gauging how many little additional pieces we're going to need. I love this ledger page. Can you see how grungy it is around the edges where people were turning the pages over the years? And it's blue. I love that. This is that newspaper. Again, I just folded it over. I'm going to do something with that, but I'm not sure what yet. And here's that botanical book, and it flips out like that. All right, we're getting towards the back now. Maybe we'll put a pocket here. How about that? I have, I've been going through my ephemera to see what I want to put in for vintage ephemera. Let's find a pocket. Where's my pocket pile? Here's my pocket pile. Oh, I like this. Let's use this. This is another either Roxy Creation or Carol Law's idea. I'm not sure which. This is a check that I printed out from Julie at the old design shop, folded it in half, and made it into a pocket to wrap around the page. So I folded down the top, gave it a little notch, folded in the sides, and now it can just glue on the page. And I think it's really pretty. Let's not glue it in the wrong place this time. So I think what I will do is run some glue right down the middle and along the bottom. Whoops, that kind of went haywire. How like me. Right down the side there. Make sure that'll open up so we have enough space to put our postcard in. And butt that right up against the edge of the page. There. Oh, isn't that pretty? That looks so pretty. Okay, and I have two postcards here. I am in Maine, and this journal is going to live in California. And I found these two beautiful vintage coast cards postcards. A calla lily field in California from 1907, and then Christmas Cove, Maine, but it doesn't have a date on it. With that writing and that photo, I'm guessing it's pretty old. So here's the California one. And that represents both of us, which makes me happy. We'll go ahead and glue, scoot over, glue this side down as well. And there's still plenty of room to write at the top, which is good. Although I've heard that writing in journals is overrated. Put that pin back in. Get in there, you. Nope. All right, so we'll put that in there. I like that. Yep. So we've got California on one side. Let's turn it around so you can see California. And then we've got Maine on the other side. And those are nice vintage, authentic vintage pieces. Alrighty, and that's the end of signature 3. So now we're into signature 4. Love it. Love it. This is from Julie at the Old Design Shop. This is another botanical book. I did, when I tore it out, the page ripped, and I left the little rips up there. I love how that looks. It is fine with me. This is a vintage butter wrapper from my friend Janine at J9 Scraps, and I just like the noise it makes, and I think it looks pretty. This is another pocket that was, once again, a Friday freebie. It's a tuck spot in the back, and here is a document, a French document from Julie at the Old Design Shop that I printed out, and I printed that on newsprint. I love how that looks, and I just thought it looked pretty against that page. And then this opens up like this, and you open it up like that. There's a little tuck spot there with a journaling card, and then you've got this big giant journaling spot that folds out 3 times and folds up like that, and then it all goes back in, and the doily holds it closed. And that again was inspired by something I saw on Carol Law's channel. Yeah, right. So what did I say is this? 1, 2. This is signature 4. Yeah, that's half of a 1910 receipt that I folded so that the other half, well, it's not even in half, thirds, 1907 receipt. So I could extend that page. I don't know if I really want to. I love how all the numbers look. The red writing has faded into pink. I love the letterhead there. I might leave that. I'm not sure. There's another one of those beautiful ladies from Busilla. A perfect thread for every purpose. And let's see. There's the other side of that receipt. Let's see. Beautiful place for writing. Pinhole where they put the receipts together with a pin. Here's a pocket. Inside that pocket is a journaling card. And just a little booklet. This is a journaling spot too. I thought it was a notebook, but it's not. You open it like that, and you open it like that. You've got all that writing space, all the writing space on the back. And that's that. I'm thinking maybe on the front we should put something that looks stitchy. What do we have from the kit? There are all these beautiful little butterflies and hearts that she put the embroidery, you know, she put the embroidery onto. Do we like a butterfly? Oh, yeah, actually, I kind of like the butterfly. Let's give him some ink so he stands out. And this is what I do on those final runs, just any last-minute tune-ups that need to happen before it goes whizzing off to its new owner. Make sure I like everything I did, because sometimes I change my mind. All right, get my glue page back. Can barely see my glue with all the stuff laying all over my desk. And I do think I like it just like that. Where's my scraper card? Oh, there it is, also buried. Pop that back in the pocket. There we go. Ooh, little piece of rust. Yep, that's why I wipe those paper clips off. The other piece of that butter wrapper. That's coffee dyed lace, ruby and pearl. That's one of Julie's pages. I'd like to put something else in the signature, but it's getting so fat. You know what I think I'll do? We have some things to go over pages that can be removed. Is this one of those? Maybe it is. Maybe this is an over the page thing. Okay, so here's this in my stack of over the page items. And this opens up like that. And it opens up like that. How does this work? Wait, hold on, I'll get it. It goes over a page, but it has to go over this way, is that right? I made this a while ago. I gotta stop and think. That pulls out like that. Folds up like that. Gets all covered up in there. Flaps like that so you can still write underneath. And then on that page, that one pulls out, but I think it's supposed to be a pocket right there. Okay, let's do that. So this is going to be a pocket. Yep, it was a while ago that I made these. Not really sure. Okay, so that's going to be a pocket right there. We'll need to make a big tag to go in there. Unless we have a big tag. I don't think I have any big ones left. And then on the outside, this is folded and it's got all these cute little tags stuck right in it, in this pocket. And they're backed so they can be written on. Like that. So that'll be like that. Needs a tag. I'm thinking out loud. Sorry, guys. I think maybe I'm going to clip this one on. We don't have a lot on the outside edge, so this will be less bulky towards the center. So that might work out really well. Yay. And I love all these papers that are in here. I used Lady in Blue, and I'm not sure what other kit from Heather at Ruby and Pearl XO, but they went really well with the chapter 1 papers. The colors were beautiful. So that can go right there. I'll make another charm or something to hold that on, and I like that. So that whole thing can come out, go to a different journal, go to a different place, whatever somebody would like to do. Getting that pin back in. Yes, indeedy. And that is the end of the 4th signature. Let's do a fatness check. Oh my goodness, look at that. I love all the fluff hanging out of the top, the fluff hanging out of the sides. Yeah, I like it. I'm liking it. So let's take a look at the 5th and final signature. And I may end up doing one more video on this, you guys. I might. Okay, so this is our 5th signature. That's the embroidery page that I decorated. I don't know if I decorated it, I colored it. Another one of those envelopes. That one needs a big tag in it as well. There's the back side of it, lots of journaling space. White sewing course, that pretty botanical book. Other side of the doily. Here's another one of those check pockets that wrap around the page. I need to put something in the top of our tag there. And got a journaling card in there. Love the blues together. And this is my very favorite ledger paper in the whole world. It's an onion skin. More of the digitals. That's the center with the embroidery on it. There's the other side of that journal page, the Osceola Consolidated Mining Company. When I found these pages, they were just loose, and somebody had used them for a scrapbook. So a lot of them had movie star photos on them, which was super cool. And I don't have very many left. As from the 30s, I think. And this is the paper bag that was inspired by Heather at Rose Hill Paper Cottage. It's got this adorable little bow that got squished right there. It's a paper bag folded up. There are just little bits of ephemera, a vintage rent receipt, a very, very old German page, tiny book, so cute, a journaling card from the kit, and I use frosted crystal glaze to emboss through a stencil. And you can barely see it. In person you can see it because it's a little sparkly, but there's a beautiful flourish right there, and those all go in there. And then in the pocket of the bag itself, I just put a piece of the digital paper. So there's tons of writing room there as well. So that's kind of nice. You could glue the bag down so it could be a tuck spot behind it. But as I said, we're kind of running out of room, and there's lots of stuff in here already. Get those guys back in there. And this was from a newspaper I was using. It says December 21st, 1847. I just cut that out of the masthead of the newspaper and glued it down because I like the font. Another one of those doilies. Here's that botanical book. Aren't those beautiful? Henry Terry. I can't remember the name of the book, but that's the artist. Aren't they so pretty? Oh, love that. The colors are just perfect for this because it has all the colors in the world in it. And then this is another Ruby and Pearl XO. That folds out like that for writing. Oh, that number's upside down. Shoot. Do you think that's a problem? Sorry guys, the dog went nuts. I saved your ears. And I had a little tickle in my throat. So there's the other side of that paper that I colored. And there's the last page of the digital. And that is our beautiful slow stitch journal. I don't know. I kind of love her. Yes, I do. So I will do another run through by myself, and depending on what I find and what I have to do inside, I may come back for a part 2 of this. If you guys want to see another part, let me know. Otherwise, I'm going to finish her up and get her to her new owner. And I think that is it. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope you had fun. Hope you got some value out of the video. If you did, consider throwing me a thumbs up. Subscribe. That'd be awesome. I'll see you guys really soon. Bye.